Coming up on MCTV this week, see how Monmouth celebrated Family Weekend through a variety of activities and experience the Quad City's very own Fall Pride event. This week starts now. Welcome to MCTV This Week. For Juliana Graff, I'm David Edge. Last weekend, all hands were on deck for Family Weekend. Students and their families could participate in a wide range of events over the weekend, from a 5K run on Saturday morning to a cookout and inflatables before the football game Saturday afternoon. ASAP's Scott's chairperson, Jade Merriman, said it took 2 weeks to organize the events, receiving help from Greek Life, clubs, and anybody who was willing to help.
I'm really happy. This is my first event that I've actually planned and helped with, and Michaela, my co-chair, has helped too. So we're really excited about everybody coming out.
The weekend concluded with brunch for students and their family members on Sunday afternoon.
Colors filled the Quad Cities this weekend as they celebrated Fall Pride. Curtis Galloway has a story.
Individuals from around the area gathered in Davenport at LeClaire Park for a Fall Pride. This is the same Pride celebrated by many during the summer months, but instead it is in September. Festivities kicked off on Friday with the Quad Cities Pride pageant, hosted by RuPaul's Drag Race star Jody Santana. Other events included belly dancers, drag shows, burlesque shows, dance parties, and a lot more. Fall Pride also included many food vendors, merchandise, children's activities, and informational booths for different issues like sexual health, presidential campaigns, and youth programs. The celebration grounds truly had a carnival-like atmosphere.
It's excellent. We've had a great turnout. People are coming in through the gates left and right, and our house is starting to fill. It's a great opportunity for people to come out, show their diversity, whether gay, straight, someone that's transgendering. We have many allies in this community, and this is our next generation. Our leaders in the future are the young generation that's going to be, playing that role down the road in the Quad Cities.
It's nice to see that a city of Davenport can definitely be supporting Pride. I've taken part in the whole thing. I've made sure that Davenport, my native city, has been gay friendly as soon as I was able to. And here we are today, 2015, having Pride.
Fall Pride came to a close Saturday night with the main event drag show starring another RuPaul's Drag Race contestant, Jade.
It's our inaugural. It's our first Quad Cities Fall Pride. We're excited about it. Last night was a packed house. We had so much fun, and tonight's going to be even bigger and better. We're really excited.
For MCTV, I'm Curtis Galloway.
The next Quad Cities Pride is expected to return to June with the rest of the Pride celebrations.
Last Wednesday, Monmouth hosted a speaker for all students, faculty, and staff to learn more about their vocation or calling. Tim Clydesdale, professor of psychology from the College of New Jersey, came to talk about his latest book, The Purposeful Graduate. Within his speech, Clydesdale offered up the knowledge he gained during his 7-year-long research on the topic of students and the vocational paths following college. Most of his focus was based on smaller schools and focused on religious life and one-on-one connections between students and faculty. The difference between these schools in the eyes of Clydesdale is that it allows students to find themselves to focus less on money and more on personal happiness.
So take some time, take some thought, think about who you are, think about what matters to you, and pursue a path of purpose. And you'll find yourself much more satisfied and much more impactful in the world.
Tim's book, The Purposeful Graduate, is now available in stores.
Last Thursday, to talk about stereotypes, High Impact Trading presented an interactive program. Strange Like Me talks about racism, sexism, and homophobia. To start, the actors threw rude insults relating to gender, race, and religion at the audience. Then the audience was asked, "What was that?" and encouraged to discuss these ideas. The actors then presented short scenes from highlighted different types of prejudices, with these scenes being interrupted to facilitate discussion with the audience. One scene involved one roommate's anger at another after revealing he was gay, which made the straight roommate uncomfortable. The Office of Intercultural Life hosted this event.
Last week, MC Wellness tried to kick people back into shape. Last Thursday evening, cardio kickboxing took over the Huff. All to up-tempo music, students did a various cardio and kickboxing exercises.
I love fitness. I love wellness more than anything. I love sharing that and just having a good time while working out.
I think it brings people from different places together to kind of get here, but also people who aren't as comfortable working out kind of feel like safe space to do that.
For more information on MC Wellness, go to monmouthcollege.edu/life/wellness.
During Family Weekend, ASAP brought some magic to campus. In the Doll Chapel, the Norman Magic Experience show filled the seats. Magician Norman NG said he was calculated nearly 9 million people have seen his show. During the show, a volunteer placed her cell phone into a paper box, which he then hit with a baseball bat, but then the cell phone was gone.
On the top, maximum freshness. Feel it. Never been opened, right? Check this out. In the can, with the Pringles, here, I'll take that, is Demi's iPhone right there. Pick it up, hold it up for everybody. Give her a big round of applause.
ASAP is currently accepting nominations for Homecoming royalty in the Stockdale lobby during mealtimes.
Taking a look at some events on campus this week. October is Fine Arts Month. On Friday, the art faculty will host a gallery talk starting at 3:30 in the Lynn G. Everett Gallery. Thursday through Sunday, the theater department is presenting their play Tribes. Tickets are $5 with an MCID, and shows start at 7:30. Thursday through Saturday, and a Sunday matinee starting at 2 p.m. On Friday, WPFS Fighting Scots Radio is hosting a launch party as a part of the National College Radio Day from 10 to noon in the new studio on 3rd floor Wallace.
Up next on sports, Fighting Scots football hosted their second home game this past weekend. Scots football took to the field this past Saturday during Family Weekend to play Carroll University. After a scoreless first quarter, Carroll took a 9-0 lead in the second quarter. In the third quarter, the Pioneers gained another 7 points with a 19-yard fumble recovery, but not before long, the Scots made a second-half comeback. Tanner Matlick scores this 1-yard touchdown run on a quarterback sneak, and the following 2-point conversion put the Scots on the scoreboard with 8 points. The Scots continued to rally, and at the end of the third quarter, Matlick hit Adam Parr with this 77-yard touchdown pass. Matlick hit Adam Parr once again in the fourth quarter with this 40-yard touchdown pass with 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining on the clock. The Scots would come out on top with a 22-16 win.
You know, being down 16-0, it would have been real easy for our football team just to fold up shop and call it a day. But, you know, these guys got so much pride and just are just a great group of guys that are always going to compete no matter the situation, and just so their character, you know, coming back and their passion and coming back and get that victory. That was awesome.
The next Fighting Scots home football game can be caught on October 10th when they face Illinois College during Monmouth's homecoming. The women's volleyball team took to the court Friday night looking to win their first conference game of the season. The first set started out rough, with Beloit gaining a 3-0 lead, but the momentum quickly turned to Monmouth's side. The Scots capitalized on many mistakes committed by Beloit early on, who spiked the ball out of the back zone and deflected aces to give Monmouth a 10-3 lead. Monmouth would build up their lead with this ace by energized number 16 Nicole Musselman, set up by number 7 Jonna Schultz. Lauren Podolski added on to the lead with a spike that had deflected off of Beloit's Bria Rogala, counting as an ace. Alexa Pierkarski scored also with psych-out setup, which would lead to a 25-12 first set win. Monmouth wins their first conference game of the season by a final of 3-0.
Our offensive attack needs to continue to be the way that it was tonight, and consistent serve-receive passes so we can get that offensive attack down. So.
The Lady Scots' next game is tomorrow night at Augustana at 7 o'clock. On Saturday, the Monmouth College men's varsity soccer team took on Beloit. Both sides played a physical and defensively sound game, with neither team scoring a goal for most of the game. In the end, however, it was Monmouth's defense to bend as Beloit broke through Monmouth's defense to score in the 87th minute of the game. The final score of the game was Beloit 1 and Monmouth 0. Men's soccer's next game is on Saturday at 1:30 versus St. Norbert. Monmouth JV volleyball hosted Carroll Sandburg last Monday. The Fighting Scots started out slow, falling to the Chargers in their first 2 games. It wasn't until the 3rd game that they got the ball rolling. Becca Dabrowski was a powerhouse with consecutive blocks and kills. Casey Powers followed her lead with a tip that the Chargers could not recover. Scots win with the final score 25-22. However, the Scots could not deliver, and the 4th game suffering a loss 25-19. Chelsea Lee had several key plays, including an ace serve as well as a hammering spike in Charger territory. Although the Scots won the 5th set, it was not enough as Sandburg ended the night, winning 3 out of the final 5 games.
I think we've actually come quite a long way with our communication on the court. I think we'll just keep getting better with that, and there's always room for more communication. So.
The JV team plays tomorrow night at 5:30 versus Augustana. That's it for sports. Here are the rest of the scores from this week. For MCTV this week, I'm Tyler Berneisen.
And I'm David Edge. Make sure to tune in next week for another new edition of MCTV This Week.
And I'm Juliana Graff. You can also watch us on the web at monmouthcollege.edu/MCTV. See you next week.